Let's go back to the year before that. November 2014 is where the rivalry started between you and your friend, Chris Eubank Jr. Looking back on that now, Billy, it seems like one of the best decisions you made was to defend your titles at the time against Chris Eubank Jr. 4 years ago. Would you agree with that?
It was, I suppose it was, but, you know, when I went into... Frank obviously knew that it was going to make big money, and, you know, when I went in, I did a deal with Frank. It was only when I beat him, I went to see Frank, and Frank, oh, yeah, I've got something for you. I said, yeah, 25 grand bonus. I'm thinking, I thought to myself, I should have thought, anyone else would have been, oh, thank you. I thought, yeah, I got robbed. Yeah, I got robbed. I thought, yeah, I've been robbed. But, listen, I think that back then was a perfect time for me, because even though that my training was good, always been good. When I train, I give 100%, but my diet and everything else wasn't. And I'm pleased I got it back then, than now, rather, because I really showed people how to beat him. You only need to have a bit of a brain, boxing brain, and a jab to beat him. That's it. You don't need anything else. And I always said to everybody who I talk to, as soon as he boxes someone who can box a little bit, he'd get beat again, very easy. And George Groves just moved his legs, used the jab, and beat him again. He'd never ever be world champion. And I'm not saying that because I don't like him. I'm just saying that because in boxing you have to be real to yourself. Like my sons, if they grow up and I don't think they're not good enough, I'm not going to be one of these X Factor mums, where say, or dads, where you're great, and get on there and you sound like a dog choking on the ball or something. I'm just going to say, son, listen, you don't cut the gravy. It's hard. You don't need to do it. Yeah, give him a job somewhere to do, or do something, because it's too hard of a sport. And, you know, the public bought into him because of his dad. You know, he's a decent fighter, but he's only British, European at top, European level. He's not world level.
When you hear Chris Eubank before the Groves fight talk about the fact that he basically trains himself, and even though he's got experienced people like Ronnie Davis in the corner, he puts out the impression that he trains himself. What does that say to you about Chris Eubank Jr.?
Well, listen, I don't care who you are or you're not. Everybody needs a trainer. Everybody needs a team around them. And, you know, a fight's hard enough when a man's v man in the ring, but, you know, it's always that, even if you don't listen to nobody in the corner, it's that pick-me-up. Do you know what I mean? And you need that around you. And when he says that just shows what he knows about boxing. Fuck all. And that's the truth. Seriously, because he don't know nothing. Because you have to have a team around you, and you have to have a trainer around you. You know, you can't go in. That's the reason why, Coogan, if I want to go into the gym and train every day to punch a bag, I want to hit that bag. My goal is to hit that bag 10 times per second. I can do that. But that don't win you fights. Winning rounds wins you fights, you know. Clever, being crafty in the ring wins you fights. Not, I can punch that bag 1,000,000 times and you can only punch it 200 times. Just don't cut the gravy. And, you know, it showed at the elite level. And it'll always show at elite level.
Do you think that a rematch between you and Chris Eubank Jr., because as fans, I'm sure we'd like to see that fight again. You don't need to fight him because you've already beaten him, but is that a fight that we will see again?
Bring him here tonight, and we'll do it tonight. They can see it in this ring. Now look, I think boxing's a business. And would I like his business? Yes. Do I need it? No. You know, if it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. Because I know every single night he goes to bed thinking about when I beat him. Every night. I don't. I go to bed every night thinking about what I'm going to do tomorrow, and, you know, yeah. That's about it. Yeah, brass house. That's about it. I'm only joking, really. I don't really like no brass houses here. Not that I've been into any. Do you know what I'm saying? My dietitian Greg loves the brasses, didn't you, Greg? Ooh. Sometimes Greg comes in. Sometimes... Greg, stand up for a minute. This is the nutritionist Greg. Stand up, Greg. Greg. Hey! Sit down now, Greg. No, you know, he just don't cut the gravy.